Hi Year 4 and welcome to our class reader, our new one, The Person Controller by David Baddiel. I'm really looking forward to reading this because I've never read any of his books before, so I'm interested to see what sort of style of writer he is. Okay, so this is about Fred and Ellie. I'm sure if you can see a picture of them there. Okay, who are twins. And they both love gaming, so something you probably relate to, a lot of you. And it says, especially video games, which they're very good at. They aren't that good, however, at much else, like, for example, football or dealing with the school bullies. Okay, then they meet the mystery man who sends them a video game controller, which doesn't look like any other controller they've ever seen, and it doesn't control any of their usual games. When the twins find out what it does control, though, it seems like the answer to all their problems are over and the key to all of their wildest dreams. Let's find out. Fred and Ellie Stone were twins, but they were never sure whether or not they could call themselves identical. They certainly shared exactly the same birthday, the 20th of September, 11 years ago, and they had the same mum and dad, Eric and Janine. But their names were Fred and Ellie, a boy and a girl, are clearly not identical. Yet they felt identical. They sometimes even felt that they knew what one another was thinking. And even if they were 200 metres apart, they could mouth words at each other and always know what the other one was saying. They did look pretty identical too. If you can see a photo of them there. They do look quite similar, apart from the hair. They both wore glasses and most of the time their school uniforms, even though uniform wasn't compulsory at their school. And they both, at the point at which this story begins, had braces on their top teeth. They also both liked the same things. These included superheroes, Japanese fantasy animation, films, comics, maths. Yes, they actually liked maths. Sometimes they played a game called Who Can Name More Decimal Places of Pi? And most importantly, video games. All video games, but their favourites were FIFA and Street Fighter, Super Mario and Minecraft. The one thing they would save up for their not very much pocket money to buy was the most up-to-date versions of these games. Ellie, though, was better than Fred at video games, which Fred didn't mind. He knew she had quicker fingers and better hand-to-eye coordination. And even though he sometimes got frustrated at losing, other times he just liked watching her fingers speed across her controller as if she was playing a classical concerto by heart. And when I say her controller, I mean her controller. And Ellie and Fred always use their own ones. Ellie in particular was always very definite about which one was hers, the feel and the weight of her controller, even if, to the untrained eye and hand, both of them may have looked and felt exactly the same, suited her style perfectly, which was why what happened to it was quite so upsetting. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the first chapter of our story and being introduced to the two main characters, Ellie and Fred. Okay, it sounds like they might be quite good fun, maybe a little mischievous, but we shall find out more about the characters as we work through the book. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the first chapter and you'll join me for chapter 2. Okay, thank you, Year 4. Bye.